Josemonkey, find me.
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm josemonkey, and I find people who ask to be found. Okay, it's been a minute since I did a location in an African country, so I have one for you today. By the way, today is a special day. Watch to the end of the video to find out why. So what can we see? This person asks to be found and then lifts the camera to show us this street scene. Right away I noticed that the video was mirrored, so I flipped it around. We can see that there's a gas station across the street here, and it's a Total Energies gas station. That is a brand that you see in several African countries. We get a view down the street here, but there's not really much to see. As they continue turning the camera, we can see that there are some shops here. Some of the signs are readable. We can see that this one here says M. Copa. We've got this other one that says Best Bet. This one says something about fashion and design. Then we have this sign that starts with the letters K-A-R-U, but I couldn't read much after that. As they turn a bit more, we can see that they're standing on a bridge over a highway. I noted that the highway was a divided highway with a grass median in the middle, and that there were 2 lanes on either side of the highway. I also made note of the steep walls that we see on either side of the road. As they keep turning, we can see some more buildings, but nothing that was really going to help us find this place. Then we can see some people and some cars that are nearby, and they finished the video by showing us the gas station from the beginning. Okay, now I could tell you that there are several clues here that indicate that this is Kenya. For example, we've got the license plates on these cars that look very much like Kenyan license plates.
You don't forget about bro's shirt too. It says Pata Sasa Lipa Pole Pole, which is Swahili for get now, pay slowly. It's like a slogan that this company in Kenya uses for their payment plan.
Good eye, Chad. But guys, if I'm being honest, I looked at this video and I knew it was Kenya right away. I have found several people in Kenya in the past, mostly in and around Nairobi, and this just looked like Kenya to me. Okay, but how was I going to find the exact location? We're not playing guess the country here. I tried Googling some of the names that we saw in the shops here, just in case there was like a really distinctive name that got us a hit right away. But I didn't have much luck with that approach. Now I could just start looking at all the Total Energies gas stations. I'd probably scope my search to like Nairobi and around there, but I figured that was probably still going to be a lot of gas stations to look at. Now the fact that the highway is divided could be helpful. Divided highways like this are usually entered in the OpenStreetMap database as 2 one-way roads running in opposite directions alongside each other. By the way, bonus points if you can tell me where this is, and the fact that there are 2 lanes on either side could be helpful too. Highways are often tagged with the number of lanes that they have in the OpenStreetMap database. So I figured I could look for 2-lane, one-way roads, and I figured I'd start in the Nairobi area. And there weren't too many of them. Once I had those, I started looking for Total Energies gas stations that were very close to those roads. By the way, I discovered that these gas stations are variously labeled as Total Energies with no space, Total Energies with a space, or sometimes just Total. So I used all those variations and I got a bunch of results. But guys, I checked every one of them and none of them were right. I figured maybe this gas station isn't in the OpenStreetMap database. So I had a different idea. I decided to look for bridges over one-way 2-lane roads. And I got a bunch of those. But I checked those too and they weren't right either. I got really convinced at one point that this might be Outer Ring Road in Nairobi. I saw a few spots on that road where we had bridges that looked very similar. But despite those similarities, none of them matched. Specifically, one of the things I kept looking for was this green fence that we see in the video, and none of those bridges had them. I got a little bit stuck at that point, and I started just absent-mindedly scrolling around looking at the satellite view hoping to find it. But that approach is rarely successful. But then I had another idea. What if I said, forget about those one-way 2-lane roads. Just look for Total Energies gas stations that are very close to bridges. And that gave me a small number of results. One of them was a bit north and west of Nairobi in Kiambu County. And when I pulled that one up to check it out, I immediately saw the green fencing like I'd been looking for, and I knew it was going to be the right spot. And guys, that was it. You were here, near the Western Bypass, in Wangiga, Kenya. I was able to use Google Street View to match this building from the beginning of the video, and also this view in the other direction. You're standing right over here. So this highway, the Western Bypass, is not tagged as being 2 lanes in the OpenStreetMap database, which is not really that surprising in retrospect. If this road had been tagged with that metadata, my initial query would have picked it up. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. This time it was in Season 1, Episode 111 in Nairobi. That's about 14 kilometers or almost 9 miles away from this spot. Okay, so today is special because it is my geolocation anniversary. I posted my very first geolocation video like this 2 years ago today. That video was in Oak Park, Michigan. And frankly, it was pretty easy compared to some of my more recent finds. Anyway, if you stayed all the way to the end to hear that, post a comment that says 2 years to let me know that you know. If anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say find me josemonkey or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.